Hello everyone and welcome back to another Star Stable video, and in this video I will be going over some of my personal dream updates while training by doing some of my summer dailies. So let's get straight into it. So my most previous train with me was your SSO dream updates. So I thought I would share some of my Star Stable dream updates now. So yeah, let's get straight into it. I do have quite the list. But anyway, we are going to start off with the one I think probably every single person in this world wants is no Jorvik shillings cap. Because I'm always saving my Jorvik shillings to buy, outfits at events coming up. And when I hit max Jorvik shillings, I can't save them for the event. I have to spend them right away on a random thing I didn't want anyway in Global Store. So yeah, I feel like that's really annoying, and it'd make it so much easier for saving Jorvik shillings for events when you do your dailies. So yeah, definitely take away the Jorvik shillings cap. Another thing I would really like to see is private pastures, which I know Star Stable is currently working on. But when you click on like the horses stable thing where you can like sort your horses and pull them out of your storage slash pasture that we currently have, I feel like there should be a button on the side of that screen, and it says like take me to my private pasture or like go to my private pasture, and it will like teleport you to your private pasture. And just like you can invite friends to your home stable, you can invite friends to your private pasture, and you can do like role plays there. They can have like stables there or like run-in sheds and like water troughs, and just like there's stable dailies that you can do for your home stable. There can be like stable dailies that you can do in your private pasture, where you can like, fill hay nets and all that stuff. I feel like that'd be pretty cool. And then I feel like there should also be a function in that like sorting screen for your home stable. There should be a button, and it says a nighttime tab and a daytime tab, and you click on the daytime tab and you put like, I don't know, 30 horses that you can put and sort into pastures in your private pasture. And then there can be a nighttime tab, and then you put another 30 horses in your nighttime tab that you can sort your horses in and everything as well. And then let's say like 6 p.m. server time, the horses switch. And then like 6 a.m. server time, the horses switch again from like nighttime to daytime turnout. And I feel like that could be a pretty fun feature they could add as well. So yeah, I'd love to see private pastures. Another thing I am dying to see in this game is continuing the storyline quest. We have had that stupid dang tornado in the middle of Jarlheim for the past, like, I don't know, probably like 3 years. No exaggeration. And like the most previous storyline quest, we had like Arissa, like on the Dark Riders team now or something. I don't really know. It was so long ago, I seriously can't even remember what the most previous storyline quest was. And all I know is that the most previous storyline quest was literally like a 10-minute quest, which is like super, super, super annoying. Like, I get they're trying to work on new horse breeds, and they're trying to like trickle out of the storyline quests and like try to do something new with main quests and stuff. But like, finish it. Like, I've been waiting so long to see this like epic ending. Like, we destroy Garnock and the Soul Riders with an epic battle, and like I feel like they're taunting us because some of the more previous storyline quests like titles for the quest is like the beginning of the end. The end is coming soon. Like, stop taunting us and like get to work. Or like if you are working on storyline quests, like tell us, or like pick up the pace, because it's been 3 years and we still have no idea if you are even working on a storyline quest. So yeah, I would love to see continuing the storyline quest, because the storyline quest is literally the reason why I joined the game and my favorite part of the game. So yeah, I would love to see that being continued. Another thing I would like to see in this game is double riding. Like, you can put your friend in the back of your horse's saddle, and you can go on like a trail ride and run around the map together. And it would just be a really cool way, especially if your friend like can't find something, or you're trying to like do glitches or like climb mountains and stuff, and your friend just absolutely sucks at it. You can just double ride with them, and you can take them and do those things with them. So I feel like that'd be pretty cool to see. Another thing I would love to see in this game is polo. They could add like nice little polo ponies, and it'd be similar to archery that they added with the medieval camp. It would have like this designated area. I feel like the Silverglade Manor would be a really cool area for it because polo is definitely a very prestige sport, and the Silverglade Manor is a very prestige area. So I feel like if they added like off to the side a nice little polo arena, I feel like that'd be pretty cool, or a polo field, I should say. And yeah, I feel like that'd be a pretty cool feature they could add. I would love to see it. Another thing I would really love to see is trick riding. They could have like an arena similar to the riding arena, just like set off, and it would be like a show arena, and there'd be like a whole little quest around it. And they'd add like trick riding saddles into the game, and the horse would like run around in circles, galloping like normal trick riding. And then like you can click options to do poses, and it could become like a daily quest as well. And yeah, you could just like click poses to do on the horse, and it does like tricks and stuff. Or like it could be with the new dancing quest. Like when it says click a pose, you can click the pose and you do the trick on the horse. So I feel like that'd be a pretty cool feature. Another thing I would like to see is the real show jumping, where you can get the faults, you can have refusals, you can even like fall off. Even though the refusing and the falling off wasn't a thing in the real show jumping, at least bringing the faults back, because if you didn't know, like earlier this year or in 2025, they brought in like for a week this show jumping course where you could get faults in it, and it was low key just like so much fun, and I had so much fun doing it. So I'd love to bring that back. It's just made the game so much more realistic and really gave you a reason to get good distances to your jumps in this game. Another thing I would love to see is updated areas. I would be dying if Dino Valley got an update. I feel like Dino Valley could be such a cool and mystical area, and it could be such a cool, snowy, icy place, and it just looks so good updated. So I'd love to see Dino Valley updated, maybe along with a nice quest and stuff. So I would love to see that coming out. Another thing that Star Stable is currently working on is global store features. This would help a lot. You can have like a favorite option, so it'd be super easy to make wish lists. And then we all know when we're trying to find stuff for a club and we have to like scroll forever looking for the item, even with the features they already have, a search bar would be amazing. So can't wait for those features to come out. Another thing I would love to see is filler quests in this game. So for example, the Forgotten Fields, there is a quest. It's like, oh yeah, this is a forgotten barn with like, I forget who even is the NPC there, like Maya or something. I don't even know. But like there's a quest, there's a nice little race, but I'd love to see like what happens with the barn. Like does someone come in? Is there like a renovation story? Like what does Maya do with it? Does she end up getting enough money to like buy more horses and stuff? I just love to see like what happened with that farm and like more other filler quests that should be happening. Another thing I would love to see is raising foals on PC. Of course, you can raise foals on the app and then buy them on Star Stable, but I'd love to see an option where it says like Andalusians, and then right next to Andalusians, you can pick an option where you can buy a full Andalusian. And then you can, obviously, it's the same thing. You can see the gates, you can see the hairstyles, and then, of course, you can pick the name and everything. And then you could buy it for cheaper. So let's say, for example, the updated Andalusian is 950 star coins. Maybe you could buy a full Andalusian for 700 star coins and put in the work and log in every day and raise the full up till it's an adult. So let's say this process would take like a week. So not only is this benefiting us by getting horses for cheaper, but it's also benefiting Star Stable by getting players to log in every day to raise their full up. So I feel like that'd be a pretty cool thing they could do. Another feature I'd love is hide all players. For example, for events, like I really want to do an edit at the Summer Days Festival, but it's just so crowded with so many people that I can't get raws. So I would love an option where you can just like hide all players and you don't need to be in an arena to do it. You could just do it anywhere, and it'd just be so helpful. So I'd love to see that in the game. Another thing I thought would be cool is making your own jumping courses in the game. So I know Star Stable has their like pre-made courses that you can do with the little course board, but I feel like you could like unleash your creativity and like there would be a toggle button that said like create your own course, and like Star Stable would have like all the jumps that they have made throughout their years of making their pre-made courses, and like you can click on their pre-made jumps and then you can place them throughout different areas in the arena. And then you could create the courses with your clubs and your groups, and then you can do them together. So I feel like that'd be pretty cool. Another thing I would love to see is more like dressage moves and like dressage horses. So maybe Star Stable adds like a new dressage horse, and I would love to see leg yields coming into the game, whether that be added as a toggle and like an updated dressage, because the old dressage races and stuff is just horrible. So maybe like a new updated dressage with leg yields and stuff, or like a new horse breed that has a special move of leg yields, because I love leg yields and I would love to be able to do them in the game. Those would be amazing for edits. Another thing I would love to see is the name of horse coat colors on the buying screen. So it's really annoying because I had this one person scream at me during an update video in the comments. I'm like describing this horse. I had like a claw marks coat color and I didn't know it was called a Tobiano. So if it just said Tobiano, it would have saved me from being screamed at, and also it would educate me without having someone to tell me in the comments. So yeah, like I said, it really helped me educate myself on different horse coat colors, and it'd just be really cool to know what horse coat colors are in this game. Another thing I'd love to see is permanent green screens. This would be really cool for the editing community because currently I'm stuck getting clips next to a hill for my green screen edits, and honestly, it's just really annoying. So I'd love a permanent green screen in the game. Okay, and the next update I would love to see is ear bonnets and blankets. Definitely ear bonnets though. I love wearing ear bonnets in real life and having like the shirt, ear bonnet, and saddle pad match. It's just like such a cool thing. And if they added ear bonnets, I would literally incorporate it in every single outfit I could in this game. Whether this could be ear bonnets being attached as a bridle type or having a whole separate ear bonnet option. I would love to see this in the game and I'd use it so much. And then going back to the private pasture thing, when you turn out your horses, maybe there could be an option to put a blanket on your horse and you could buy the blankets in Global Store. I feel like that could be a really cool feature as well. Another thing I would love to see is in-game reshade. There could be like a reshade button, and Star Stable could provide with like some really cool shaders, and then you could just like click on the shaders like blurred background, red background, and you could just, reshade your game and it'd look super nice, and it'd be really cool for the editors, especially on mobile and Mac editors. It would just be really helpful, so love to see that. And then another thing I would love to see in Star Stable is breeding. I know Star Stable was thinking about doing it, but then they didn't because they said it would be inappropriate for the younger audiences. But just like have the full pop out of nowhere. I don't really see how this could be a problem. But like I said, maybe you could breed two Andalusians for 700 star coins, and then with the full raising idea again, then you can raise the full up and then you get it for cheaper. I feel like that'd be really cool. Same thing, both SSO and the players get benefited there. And then it'd also be really cool. Maybe you could have like crossbreeds. Maybe you could breed a thoroughbred and a quarter horse, which gives you an appendix horse. And like it'd be really cool to have like those crossbreeds with breeding. And then also cross coats. Like maybe you can have like a Palomino and an Appaloosa coat bred together. And it'd bring out like this really cool cross coat color, and I feel like it'd just be really cool. And also maybe you could put like, the new Frisian Halloween horse. I'd love to see that on the Dutch Warmblood, so maybe you could like, put different coat colors on different breeds and stuff. And I feel like it'd be really cool experimenting with different coat colors and breeds with breeding, so I'd love to see that in the game as well. Another thing I would love to see in the game is Shetland ponies and Shetland pony steeplechase racing. I would love them to add Shetland ponies. I am obsessed with Shetland ponies. Their nice little cute furry body and stuff. I just love it so much. Maybe they can update Dino Valley and the Shetland ponies could be sold in Dino Valley. I feel like that'd be a pretty cool idea. And then there could be like an area in Star Stable where they can have, the nice Shetland pony jumps, like the nice grassy, like coop jumps. And then you can have very nice Shetland pony steeplechase racing. Maybe it could be like a championship kind of vibe with it as well. So I'd love to see Shetland ponies and Shetland pony steeplechase racing. Another thing I would like in Star Stable is driving or like carts and stuff. Maybe you could have like a teams of horses. So maybe if, let's say, you're going to buy the Shire, maybe you could say buy a 2-pack of Shires and have it be a horse team, and you could get the second one for cheaper as a nice little bundle for Star Stable. And then you could buy like carts in Global Store, and then you can have a nice little 2 team of horses, and you can like drive and stuff with the very nice carts. And I feel like there could be like a new race, including driving as well, like the working equitation with the carts and stuff, where you could go backward through the poles and over the bridges and stuff. I feel like that could be a new cool race Star Stable could add as well. So I'd love to see that in the game. And then my final dream update for this video is miniature ponies and lead ropes. So I would love to see miniature ponies, but because they're so small, maybe it could be like with Spirit, he can't wear tack. Maybe with the miniature ponies, you can't ride them. You could only lead them around. And this leads me to say that maybe they should add lead ropes instead of like leading your horse through the air, because I know they have halters. Maybe they could have like halter and lead rope bundles in the Global Store, and then you can have like just nice lead ropes and you can lead your nice little miniature pony around. And I feel like it could be just a really cool option. And then of course you can use the lead ropes on all the other breeds in the game as well. And then this also leads me to think maybe people in like Star Stable can start hosting like showmanship shows and lead line shows where like you kind of walk your horses or miniature ponies around an arena, and like they grade them off of your showmanship, and you can trot next to your horse and stuff. And I feel like it'd just be a really cool thing the community could do with this nice little new feature Star Stable could add. But without further ado, that is everything for my Star Stable dream updates. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see all of you next time. Bye, guys.